all over the place. Everybody's throwing up all over the place. You know, and I'm sitting on my, on my mom. It must have been crazy. And my bad.
No, that's cool.
And I mean, we had a lot of people, and we took on more people because we found them like on a raft, and they were dying in the middle of the ocean, and we picked them up. And then the Americans flew over us. It's called the Manos al Rescate, and they rescue a lot of like balseros, a lot of rafters, and they flew over us, and we were sinking. You know, we were sinking. This is the stories, like, you know, that we were sinking. This was what I was told. I really, like, I didn't even know these things were going on around me. You know, I was kind of oblivious. I just remember a shark swimming by. I don't remember that. I do. I remember sharks swarming us. I was like, oh, look, a shark. You know, and I got a 3-year-old too, so I kind of like, he would not know what's going on, but still, he'd recognize those type of things.
So you always let him know like your culture and the history and.
We did. I mean, I took him. I did one of my last episodes for the sessions was the Puerto Rico Hope mural, and his mom is Puerto Rican. I'm Cuban, so I thought it'd be cool to just have him be part of the unveiling because I did part of it in the beginning, the pre-launch. You know, we put our little mark on it. The artists kept working. They finished it, and then they did a launch. And I took him to that and, like, let him stand next to the paintings, you know. And, you know, those type of things I hope he connects with, you know, when he does have a little more sense of, oh, this is who I am, this is what I belong to.
Just be prideful, because I tell that to my fiance all the time. Like, when we have kids, because I'm Bahamian descent, you know what I'm saying? So I always tell her, like, you know, when we have kids, like, I want them to recognize that the heritage that they have, you know, their Dominican side, you know, their Bahamian bloodline, and also, you know, being African American as well, you know what I'm saying? So I want them to recognize all of that and just be prideful. Yeah. You know.
Be able to eat that good fucking yuca, boy.
That yuca, man. That thing good, bro. So
that's that good.
What was like your first song that you ever recorded?
Damn, first song I ever recorded.
What was that? Because I always like to ask, like, artists, like, you know, the first song that they recorded and, like, the experience. Because I know it's some crazy story about it.
First song I recorded was on the Mobb Deep Quiet Storm. And it was a very dark, painful, you know, so much pain. I can't remember it right now. But, shit. I had an analog mixer connected to, what the fuck was I using? Cubase? No, Audacity. I was using Audacity with an analog fucking mixer that I had no idea what to do on. And like a mic. And I was just like a dynamic mic too. It wasn't even like a condenser, like a nice, like, nothing like that. It was a fucking dynamic, fucking black with the little, you know, the fucking rugged one. And just sitting there in front of my computer. And I just, you know, I read my verse and I recorded it and I put it on. And actually, it was a dope song, but like, it's not who I am now. Yeah. You know, like, my music has, like, changed so much throughout the years, and I've done so many different types of music, so many types of styles. But it's so cool. It's fucking awesome to, like, go back. I do a Throwback Thursday, and I've done it, like, 3 Thursdays now, and I hope to, you know, I'm going to continue. Because it's just fucking awesome to, like, be able to go back and, like, remember what you was doing and, like, you know, because after recording that first song, we built a booth. Like, literally, we went to, like, Home Depot and got fucking slabs of wood and a fucking base of wood, put styrofoam inside and put that shit in a corner in a room, you know? And, I mean, you could hear the fucking whining of the fucking light, the buzzing, the bzzz, for a couple of songs, and then we figured out how to take that shit off. And, like, you know, like, you know, it's just a beautiful journey, man. It's fucking awesome.
So now we get into your platform, the session. Where did the whole idea come from? Like, why did you create that?
Damn, the sessions, it's really just like an interactive platform for artists, philanthropists, anybody really with a business or something in the entertainment to be able to promote themselves and, you know, just have another exposure, something for their electronic press kit, whatever, you know. Just another check mark. But I was going to do a show with The Garden over here in Wynwood. And, you know, in the middle of negotiations, you know, I wrote out the proposal and everything. Everything was good. So I went ahead. I had already booked the artist. So I went out and I did the promo for the artist. And what I was thinking was like doing like an interview with the artist so that the people get to know who the artist is and, you know, put the songs in the back. And, you know, you get to hear kind of the songs that they're going to perform and who they are. So I did all that. But when we got to finalize the contract, the money was weird. I wasn't comfortable with what they were offering. So
it was too low, whatever.
They wanted 1,000 off the top.
Damn.
And I wasn't gonna. If that's what the proposal said, that's what the proposal said. But it wasn't. And you know, there's no hard feelings, and I still do work with them. But that's how the sessions came because I wasn't comfortable with that, but I already had the footage shot. You know, I had already traveled all over to Pompano and all this to get the footage. So I was like, what am I gonna do with all the? You know, am I just gonna throw this away? Like,
no, you know, keep it.
So I was like, you know, let me try this, and I got on iMovie and I did some editing. You know, put the shots together, put the music in the bank, and the show was gonna be called The Session. So. I just called the actual event was going to be called The Session. So I just called the show that I was going to do The Session.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. You got some people in there. Like, shout out to Hayes. Shout out to Regina. There was a few other artists and producers that was on the show. Yeah, man. Like, how was
Olympic. I've had Bree. I had Where Love Hope. I've had Febo. I've had fucking Carlo Extra Bar. I've had, man, so many people. Shout out to everybody who's given me the opportunity to delve into your business, into whatever you're doing. And I hope it was good to promote you, you know.
Yeah, man. How was the process, just getting at all these, entertainers and entrepreneurs?
I mean, right now, I think it's been awesome. I mean, I've never had no formal training in interviewing and editing or shooting video. I just picked up a camera, literally November when I was doing those interviews was the first time that I was myself working with a camera. So worried about lighting and apertures and ISO and how this shit and that and visuals and blah all that shit. That was the first time I had never. I went to Full Sail. But I went to Full Sail for recording arts. Yeah. And all I did was network with people, which that's how I met Olympic. Shout out to Olympic and the Miami Aliens. We did a track on there, Millennium Minded, so check that out.
But it's on SoundCloud?
He has it on FALMG.com. FALMG.com. Okay. And it's also on AudioMac.com.
Okay, AudioMac, okay.
We met in Full Sail, but I had never worked with video, so it's it's a learning experience, man. But if you don't jump, you never
exactly you don't really know.
You're never gonna find out if you're good at it, if it's worth it, if it's not.
So what's the do you have any other guests in mind for your show?
Right now we're doing Inside the Music with Flux Network. Recently I did Puerto Rico Hope Mural. But for the session, I'm always open-minded, and I'm always reaching out to the artists I meet at the open mics, and, I make time for them. And so if you are interested, my Instagram is Bias305, my Facebook is Bias305, my YouTube is Bias305, so give me a shout-out, and we'll work. And Inside the Music, I just did C-Man Steve, A-Bob Music, I did EB2K, and I did my boy Wise. So we did them. And with Inside the Music, I'm really trying to focus on artists who are, already taking it serious and, already kind of establishing themselves. and also industry professionals, so like managers, engineers, producers, studio owners, so people like that. So I think next is like Professor X from Circle House, Akuz from Nine Life, you know. So those are the people that we got coming up. Hopefully I got a Gunplay coming out and doing that with me. So
how's that show? Like, how did that idea of that show come up?
Flex Network picked it up from the session. They liked what I was doing with the session, and they really wanted to give me like a bigger platform, better equipment. You know, they invested in the equipment. They invested in like the promotion, so like going through like Channel 10, promoting through Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So they handle most of that, and all I really got to worry about is developing the content. So that's just a really cool opportunity, you know.
Well,
but that's, I'm telling you, like, one thing, the sessions, who I never even planned, you know, to do that. And on top of that, I had no knowledge, you know, but I took the risk, you know. I took the chance. I was like, fuck it, let's do this. You know, reception wasn't, nobody knew about it, so kind of like, you know, you slowly build it, but people see you work, and you get more opportunities, man. So if you're out there listening right now, take it, go, jump with the opportunity, and more will come.
Yep, and because I'm definitely looking for something right now for my podcast, my platform, so... like I said,
keep working, man. I heard about you, man. People are listening. Trust me, people is listening.
Yeah, man. So one of my favorite, I guess, sections of this platform, like of the show, is like top 5 anything. So like for you as an artist, like who's like your top 5 of all time?
Top 5.
Yeah.
Damn. I'd say first is like Pac. You know, okay. He's like, I don't know, like he's done so much work. I love everything he does, you know. Dear Mama, I still listen to Dear Mama.
Yeah, everybody does.
But like that's like, I've never heard such an amazing like song, you know. So it's I'd say Pac, I'd say Method Man, number 2.
Okay, he's the first one that said that.
Method Man. Method Man's a fucking you a beast, fam. If you're listening, you a beast. Keep working. I mean, I like Nas. And Nas and like Jay-Z. They like Can I Live? That shit was a fucking... Reasonable Doubt was an amazing album. Yeah. Shout out to Reasonable Doubt. Eminem.
Of course.
And fucking... And I'm not saying Eminem's number 4, but he's fucking... He got his thing. And DMX. I'll put DMX in that.
You're the first one to put DMX on there, too. DMX in my top 10, but DMX... He one of them artists that hold like a special place in my heart because every album that DMX had dropped always had them songs that you could relate to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like DMX sound was just like memorable. Like every song that I remember from him, like I had a memory about something dealing with either family, school, anything, you know. And I feel like now we see that DMX going through a lot of stuff right now, but at the end of the day, you can't say that he's not one of the greatest artists of all time.
I like a verse that fucking stuck in my head forever was, take away hate. Now I'm supposed to love the one that cursed me, the one that wouldn't give me a cup of water when I was thirsty. It was always him versus me, but now I gotta teach him personal feelings put aside because now I gotta reach him. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, man. I was young, you know, I was young listening to this, and I was just like blown away by like, it was just like so real. So yeah, he's always been an example for me. They told me one of my songs was like a mix between like Eminem and DMX. And
yeah.
I was just like, fuck. That was like the best compliment you
ever no, for real. Yeah, because when I hear your music...
Shout out to the Great FM for that one.
Because you have... Your sound is mixed with a lot of people. You know, I can hear DMX, I can hear M, I can hear some of... You remind me of, remember old Pitbull before he transitioned? He was like the
305 till I die.
Yeah, like he was doing YouTube videos and stuff and just doing freestyles and stuff like that. And then like all of a sudden, like, Little John or somebody, they found him and then
boom, gave him the fucking platform to jump off.
Yeah, man, because shout out to DJ EFN, but DJ EFN
shout out to DJ EFN for real.
Yeah, man, he one of the coolest dudes, bro.
That's how you did an interview with him.
Yeah, man, it was one of like the